so I've got this drain line here that I've been looking at for a little while. You can see it comes out on the side of this hill here, then runs down the slope to this dirt road. And you can see it kind of makes a mess. You know, it runs down on the road, and then we'll drive by in a truck or ATV or whatever. The other problem that we've been having is actually this last year, the pigs have bred like crazy. And so they're basically digging everything up that's either planted or wet. And so in the summertime, this slope is really kind of pretty. It's got a nice carpet of grass, and sometimes we'll cut it. It looks great, but it doesn't really grow where the pigs have been. And so we're going to try to get that resolved today. I'm going to take that line and trench down across this road here, and then hopefully drop it down on the other side, and it'll dissipate down the hillside. You can see it gets kind of steep, and there's another road down there. I'm going to actually take the trencher and try to drive it down this. We'll just come down across the road and then drop down the hill, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is try to come down along the side of this pipe and catch it in the ground so I don't have to do a whole lot of manual digging, and then we'll see how it goes down across that road. Looks like we caught it about spot on as far as the pipe. I was trying to come up next to it, and it looks like I'm on center, so I'll just have to dig out that end, and then I can couple right to it. You can see that. All right, so I think that's probably good. We got the trench down across the road. Hit a little bit of rock down in here, stalled the machine a couple of times, and it made it over the edge just fine. One of the big things with these trenchers, I've actually had two of them, a Ditch Witch and now this Vermeer, is basically as long as the chain is in the ground, you don't really have to worry a whole lot about it going down the hill. I had a neighbor come over and ask me to help him out with a trench a couple of years ago when I first got this thing, and he showed it to me, the hillside, and I was like, no way, man, I'm not taking the machine down that. But then after experimenting a little bit, I realized that basically the chain is trying to pull you back up the hill the way that it digs. And so as long as that's in the ground, I mean, you're pretty firmly planted. You're not really going anywhere down the hill. And so, I mean, obviously there's going to be extreme cases where that wouldn't be so wise, but in a lot of this stuff that I've done, it's not been too bad. So now the trick's going to be getting this machine back up the hill. So I'm going to try to drive it, and if that doesn't work, I think I'll probably go grab the dozer with the winch and see if I can yank it back up. I might need some help for that. Yeah, I think this actually gives maybe a little better perspective of the steepness of this hill. You can see the machine planted there. That's probably about as far as I want to go with the trench. I thought about bringing it down across this road, but it gets really rocky and it's kind of maybe a little bit steep for the machine even to get it back up. Although I could drive it back up that road. I don't think I'm going to do that today. I just want to get it off the road up above here. So a lot of times I'll just use the blade, I'll put it down in the front, and then that works kind of as a brake. So it works out pretty good. I've done that with a dozer too when I'm coming down something really steep.
This is the hour, the darkest place. Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world, good world going bad.
Yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna have to go with the dozer, I think, and winch the machine back up. This last little section here, you know, it was actually getting better traction than I expected, but the last little bit there is a bit on the muddy side, and so it was just spinning the tires. And that was really, I think, the only thing that was keeping it from going up. I was really surprised that it got traction almost all the way to the edge, but that edge of the road there has been graded a bunch of times, so it's kind of soft. So we'll go grab the dozer and see if we can get this guy, this little guy, sucked back up. Okay, so I got the machine up here and it's all ready to hook up. I'm solo today though, so this is going to be kind of interesting figuring out how to hook it up. Normally with a winch you need kind of two people to pull out the cable and all that. Okay, so out. Hold. Out. Hold. All right, well, I think that took a little bit longer than I expected, but it came out okay. I've got the pipe in there and the some of the dirt's backfilled. And so what I'm gonna do now is I think I'm gonna take the TEREX up there and I will finish cleaning this up with that. All right, well, this is just too wet to do really anything with, but I think it's covered up, so I shouldn't get rain down it. This whole area, once I got into it, was just really sloppy, and the mud's kind of deep, and with the tire tractor, it's just not doing what I want it to do. So I'm going to have to let this all dry out over the next few days, maybe a week, and then I'll come back to this. But yeah, so got the drain down there and served the purpose. Took a little bit more effort with the trencher than I expected, but I think it'll do the trick for now. And then yeah, like in a week or so, I'll come back and clean this all up. I've got to smooth out this hillside this year anyway. The pigs had been in here, and I've got some stumps over there and stuff that I want to take out. So I'll be back here. But anyhow, appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe if this is your sort of thing. Thanks for watching.